Hey everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today we are doing the Fates of the Churning Mists. As I believe I made this change recently, we're only going to be focusing on a specific subset of the Fates in each zone. Mostly just the most interesting ones, the ones that have nice rewards, stuff like that. Today we're working on one Fate chain. My brother, Ray-End, has yet to return from his maunderings. I fear he may be in danger. Nidhogg cares little and less for the blood bonds he has with those who do not follow him to the darkness. If Ray-End is discovered by the Dreadworm's minions, no mercy will be shown. So yeah, we are working on one specific Fate chain today, because it is a fascinating Fate chain. You'll go no further, traitors. Your every move is known to me. I'll rip the limbs from you and feast on your entrails. Curses and ambush. It appears curiosity is not only suited for killing cats, but dragon pups as well. An ill-advised adventurer, far from his den, has placed Ray-End in the face of imminent danger. Hurry to the pup in peril and see that his inquisitive nature is not the end of him. So this Fate chain that we are doing today is a chain of 7 Fates. Doing these 7 Fates will get you 2 achievements, a triple triad card, and a barding. I thought I heard the sounds of fighting. How fare you, my young ones? Lord Vedrfolnir, your presence heartens us all. Well, look who joins the fray. You will die with your precious younglings. This, you can already see there's a lot happening with this. We got a war between the dragons, between Nidhogg's group and the dragons who are more loyal to Rastaban. Not that Rastaban was necessarily all that opposed to Nidhogg, but definitely not as allied with him. This isn't our day. Fall back. It gladdens me to see you safe. To Zenith, fly. Understood. So, these Fates are divided into 2 groups. Well, 3 groups, kind of. The first group of Fates we're doing is a trio of the so-called General Fates, where you fight the generals or commanders of a great dragon known as Darkscale. Another of Darkscale's captains has launched an assault on Zenith, but instead of focusing his attacks on the spire itself, the dragon seeks to slaughter Zenith's Moogle caretakers. What is this? My prey comes to me? This should be good sport. Yes, I shall slaughter the lot of you. You will be my next plaything. It's as if the sight of blood urges him on, Kupo. My prey bites back. How amusing. My playthings of late have proven far too fragile. I have not enjoyed myself so thoroughly in quite some time. But there is more fun to be had, yes? Who are you calling prey? I'm no one's dinner, Kupo. Ah, the thrill of the hunt. A savage battle to the death. The pain, the blood, the pleasure. Is that all you have? Come, I say. This one's not right in the head, Kupo. This is not going as I hoped. Killing is fine sport. Being killed, not so much. You have amused me for the day, my quarry. But know this, I am ever the hunter and you the hunted. I am saved, Kupo. That is 2 of 3. These 3 commander fates will occur somewhat fairly independently of each other. We need to clear all 3 of them. Led by Darkscale's trusted captain Rastaban, a sizable knot of dragons has begun advancing towards Zenith. Slay Rastaban's minions and put an end to the assault before it can begin. These 3 fates do all need to be completed, and I believe if they respawn before the last fate in this chain of 7 spawns, I believe you do have to do them again just to be safe. I'm not certain on that, but it's the safe thing to do. Who dares interfere? I will not be shown up by a mortal. Perfect, these ones should make a good sacrifice. These ones will play with you next. This time we are not fighting the commander himself, but rather his various minions who sounds like he cares very little for the safety and fate of. Again, are you good for nothing? What say you to this? You are no match for my minions. Stand down, fiend. The traitor cometh. Mark my words, your end is nigh. My minions, I leave the whelps to you. They too have fallen. And here I thought they would prove more useful. You are next. Do not fail me. To bring down a foe of such power. Your strength is great indeed, mortal. Is there no end to the dishonor you bring me? Pathetic, all of you. So be it. It appears I have no choice. Come, my faithful. And for the last wave, we have moss dragons to fight. My minions have fallen. You fight well for a miserable traitor. But this is not the end. The day we next meet shall be your last. Alright, with those 3 fates done, the second branch of this fate chain is Darkscale Descendeth, where we will be fighting the dragon himself, Darkscale. This is a series of 3 sequential fates, which are very difficult. You need to have 2 white mages if you want to survive this, and you need a ton of DPS on top of that. Vowing to see Zenith suffer no more at the ravaging claws of the Horde, Hraesvelgr has summoned the mighty Vedrfolnir to do his bidding. Join the White Dragon in defending the Ancient Spire from Darkscale, one of Nidhogg's most fearsome generals. So, for this trio of fates, we need to keep Vedrfolnir alive. If he drops to about 30% HP, if I remember correctly, he will flee and you will immediately fail whichever fate you're on. So, the strategy is generally have 2 white mages in the party, and have them alternate using Benediction on Vedrfolnir while trying to keep him alive. Impressive for one all but have forgotten. Yet you turn to the Sons of Man parade. Have you no pride? Pride is a sin which blackens your heart, Darkscale. While we are fighting Darkscale, there will also be a variety of just non-fate enemies that like to hop in and join the fight, because they're right here and they're very annoying. So yes, our healers should be trying to keep Vedrfolnir alive and healed up. But the only really substantial way to keep Vedrfolnir alive is to use Benediction, because the HP pools we're dealing with are absolutely massive. No need for tanks during this chain of 3 fates, because Vedrfolnir is our tank. You fight with fire. I fight with a purpose. To make peace with the Sons of Man? To those who will only betray you again. As long as we can take down Darkscale, though, this fate should be as good as ours. If you do not have sufficient DPS, this fight might take quite a while. I definitely recommend coming in with a pretty big party. We came in with 6. We were just coming off the tail end of practicing for an Unreal trial, which we might get to those eventually, maybe, probably not ever. We would kind of have to catch up with the main story in order to be able to do those for the playthrough. We're technically kind of already trying to do them in some respects, but we'll worry about that later. I'll explain that a bit later. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we had just come off of practicing for an Unreal trial, and I was like, hey, I need to get this done. Y'all want to help since you're here? And 6 out of 7 people were like, yeah, no, we're good to go. Wait, no, did we might have only had 6 people that night. My memory's faulty. Anyways, Darkscale's going down pretty quickly here. Darkscale Descendeth will only spawn once, approximately every hour to my understanding. This is not the end, Vedrfolnir. Hear me, my children, I return to Tharlum Kosh. See that the traitor cannot follow. You will not escape so easily, Darkscale. As you command, my lord. We shall paint Zenith red with our lifeblood. A traitor has no place above Somal. We shall cast your bones from her summit. Both body and pride wounded, Darkscale has ordered his 3 captains to guard his retreat from Zenith. Focus our efforts on the minions before the healing properties of the general's dragon blood see him to a full recovery. My, such feisty prey. You lust for blood, I shall give it to you. I believe the recommendation is to focus on Thuban first due to a terror status that he can inflict. There is no greater thrill than the hunt. Yes, this is what I live for. Ha ha ha! I love it! Nothing stirs the blood like struggling prey. Alright, when Thuban goes down, we're free to move on to the other two. I believe we went to Edaman and then finished with Rastaban. But yes, the Darkscale trio of fates is independent of the three commander fates. You do need to take care of both branches roughly at the same time. How soon you forget the betrayal! It has been but 1,000 short years! We have only just begun. You'll not best me so easily. You'll not interfere again. Have you not had enough? The traitor does not falter. We must needs end this quickly. Come, my brothers. Alright, Edaman down. Almost down. Let's take care of this wind sprite that's joining in the fight for no reason other than just to be annoying. And moving on to Rastaban, who's already done quite a bit. Nice. The true battle begins now. Your reckoning is nigh, traitor. This bodes ill. No, it will not end like this. You shall join me in the abyss. Or you go there on your own with the remainder of your commanders. They were persistent, if not else. We've wasted enough time here. Alright, onward to Tharl Umkash, where it's time to put an end to Darkscale. Tapping into the ethereal energy of a nearby crystal deposit has filled Darkscale with newfound strength. Engage the unyielding dragon in one last battle to the death. This is the hardest of the 6 fates that we have dealt with so far, by a significant margin. While every other fate can be beaten with as few as 3 party members, this one, you need the DPS or you will time out on it. But ask me how I found this out. It was very frustrating. Darkscale, I have cornered you at last. Your captains have all fallen to me. Now you will join them. Cornered, you say? Look around, you fool. This is my lair, and I have lured you into it. You will not leave this place alive. Alright, while we are fighting Darkscale, he's going to drop AoE attacks on us. Namely, I believe there's like an Ice Sheet AoE that is baited to a player. You want to make sure not to be standing near Vedrfolnir, as standing too close to Vedrfolnir will result in accidentally clipping him and causing unnecessary damage, which will not be helpful for the healers. Also, my capture card was having some issues on this set of fates. No matter how many times we tried this, I dropped a good 3-4 seconds of footage during this. I apologize. So, if you can clear all 6 of the fates we've seen so far, without failing any of them, you're a worthy foe for a traitor. Face the truth, Darkscale, you're beaten. Beaten? I think not. Behold! Oh, Nidhogg, give unto me your strength. The air stirs. The crystals, he drinks of their power. The fire, it wells from within. Now I shall smite you like the worm you are. Our foe is strong, and his powers grow with each passing moment. As long as these Dark Levin crystals are alive, he will take minimal damage. It is pointless to fight him while they are alive, so take them down ASAP. But if we were able to clear all 6 fates without failing a single one of them, and without missing a single one of them, that is the prerequisite to spawn the 7th and final fate in this chain. It's a long and arduous process. Not a lot of people have done this. I mean, the types to want to complete the game and do as much as they can the collection types, the collector types, they probably have done this. But most casual players, you're not going to see them ever attempting this. It's a very intense grind that basically requires a rather significant party. Thankfully, not only do we have our party of 6, I believe we also had some randos who were also trying to work on this fate chain, happen to show up at about the same time. So I believe we had about 7 or 8 people actually participating in this. I cannot fall to this traitor. I must have more power. You know not what you do, Darkscale. The power you seek will destroy you. Silent fool. Gladly would I give my life in service to my lord. I must have more power. More! And I am invincible! No words will reach him now. Steel yourself, we face a desperate foe. Come and I shall smite you! 2 crystals spawn this time. Both must die before we can damage him again. Yeah, that did nothing. But if not I, who shall defend the spire? Yes, I must fight on. I will not abandon those who suffer at Darkscale's ravaging claws. It's very much an endurance test. With like 8 players, after 5 minutes, we've got him down 2/3 of his health. Granted, the health and strength of Fate bosses does scale with the number of people who've been doing Fates in the area in the last hour or so. But like, yeah. And when I was doing it with just 3 people, it was 1 DPS, 2 healers. So our DPS was basically 2 DPS. Because healers, very valuable to have at a party, they aren't going to be damage dealers usually. They do damage, their damage is important, but how can this be? Such power is mine, and still the traitor does not fall. I must have more strength. Give unto me the power. Give unto me all there is to give. You only hasten your own demise, Darkscale. I have drunk my fill. He has exceeded his physical limits. What drives him to such madness? Come, traitor, I shall tear the wings from your back. My claws shall rip the scales from your flesh as my fire chars you to your corpse to a shriveled husk. You'll burn, Vedrfolnir. Burn! Alas, the proud dragon who once lived is now gone. Consumed by power and hate, he is but a machine of destruction now. Join me, mortal, and let us put this Darkscale out of his misery. For this last round of crystals, 3 spawn. Take them all down before we can fight him again. Thankfully, our healers knew exactly what to do and were on top of keeping Vedrfolnir alive. Really, everyone was just on top of their game. It's not a particularly hard set of fights once you know what to do, but it requires a group of people, which is a bit of an ask, for Fates in particular. And on top of that, it is an hour between attempts, since the Darkscale trio of Fates, I believe they do have a 1 hour cooldown between spawns. Hold up my recommendations there just to let me know ASAP when the final fate spawns, since it should be pretty soon. But thankfully, the final fate will spawn almost immediately after all the prerequisites are met. Alright, for clearing Darkscale, we get an achievement. This cannot be! I am Darkscale, General of Nidhogg. I will not fall to this traitor. I must have more power! More power. And he has died at last. The seventh and final fate can be found just south of Zenith, on an island up above that you must fly to. This fate will begin roughly about a minute after all the prerequisites are met. That is, clearing the 3 commander fates, without any of them failing, and clearing the trio of Darkscale fates. Once ready, Vedrfolnir, Devoteth. Thoroughly impressed with your valor in the slaying of Darkscale, Vedrfolnir has granted you a boon, the honor of matching strength on the field of battle with the White Dragon himself. And so we have a friendly sparring match to finish it off. Who dares disturb? Oh, it is you. I dare say this encounter is no mere chance. If you would test your strength against me, I would be honored to meet your challenge. To think that one of your kind could boast the strength to fell Nidhogg's trusted general. You intrigue me, mortal. Just a friendly sparring match against a dragon who assisted us in 5 of the 6 fates we just did? I think the only one he didn't participate in was fighting Thuban, the original Thuban fate, which was Mogicide. So yeah, out of all the fates in the Churning Mist, this felt like the highlight set of fates to work on. It's a pretty distinct chain. There's nothing else quite like this in the game, which both saddens me because it is a pretty neat chain just to have this extended series like this. At the same time, it gladdens me because, oh god, the requirements to get through this all is steep. You are strong, yes, yet you have not tapped the depths of your potential. Show me the strength by which you did slay the mighty Darkscale. This is definitely the easiest of the fates in the set of 7. Well, no, it's easier than the 3 Darkscale fates. It's about the same, maybe a little bit more difficult than the 3 commander fates. Yes, I knew that it was so. The power ensconced within you is great indeed, mortal. Yes, the power to make even a mighty dragon tremble. I would see you harness your power to its limits and beyond. There is more power in you yet, mortal. Also, apologies to all the ninja mains who've been watching me kind of approximate the rotation for ninja, but not quite get it right. I know roughly where I'm going wrong with my rotation. I know I'm supposed to do, Mug before I use Trick Attack. I don't know why I didn't make the connection that I'm supposed to do them in reverse order from how I was doing them, but whatever. I mostly got the rotation right, though I also did kind of flub it up a few times. Impressive! To think a mortal could wield such might. Truly, there's no limit to your powers. This battle's not over yet. No, I've only scratched the surface of my strength. Alright, he's gonna start hitting us with a few more difficult attacks. Nothing that our healers can't keep us alive through, though. Nothing that's too threatening. And down he goes. We get our second achievement and a barding. That is enough, mortal. You are possessed of great power and the strength of will to control it. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet you on the battlefield. Farewell, hero among mortals. I will remember you. Alright, let's go ahead and register that triple triad card and that barding into our list in just a moment. Took a moment to wrap up with my party members here. We get the Ashgardian half barding for clearing Vedrfolnir Devoteth. And the Darkscale card stream comes from nearly every single fate that we did today. And with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, back to level 60 crafting. I'll see everyone next time for that.